Chapter 2. Digital Love and Desire, the Impact of Technology on Affairs. 2.1 The Rise of Digital Relationships. The advent of the Internet has revolutionized the way we form and maintain relationships. In the digital age, the development of intimate connections is no longer limited to physical spaces and personal interactions. Online chat rooms, social media platforms, and dating websites offer a new realm where individuals can interact with potential partners outside their traditional social circles. The relative anonymity and accessibility of the Internet provide individuals with an opportunity to explore facets of their identity and desires that they may feel uncomfortable expressing in their daily lives. Consequently, this has led to a significant shift in how relationships are initiated and conducted. Digital communication platforms enable continuous connectivity and provide individuals with the ability to maintain relationships discreetly. In the context of infidelity, this continuous connectivity can mean unprecedented access to potential partners, as well as the ability to communicate with them inconspicuously. Emotional and sexual affairs can initiate and grow in cyberspace, often without the knowledge of a spouse or partner. The digital medium offers a space in which affairs can flourish through a seemingly endless supply of interactive and engaging forums, including instant messaging, email, video calls, and specific websites designed to facilitate extramarital connections. The concept of anonymity plays a pivotal role in the digital realm. The ability to use pseudonyms or to withhold identifying information provides users with a sense of security to express themselves in ways they might not in person. Some individuals might reveal private thoughts and feelings more freely online than they would face-to-face, potentially deepening emotional connections at an accelerated rate. An online persona can also serve as an escape from reality or personal insecurities, as it allows for the presentation of an idealized self that can be more confident, sexually adventurous, or emotionally available. The impact of technology on infidelity extends beyond the formation of illicit connections. It also affects how these affairs are conducted and discovered. Technology enables ongoing communication through various platforms that can be accessed at any time and from any location. This persistent communication can intensify an affair, allowing it to progress more quickly than it might if it were limited to physical meetings. However, the digital trail left by emails, messages, and social media can also provide evidence of infidelity. The permanence of digital records exposes cheaters to greater risk of being caught, despite various methods to conceal their actions. Cybersecurity is another critical aspect in understanding digital infidelity. Individuals engaging in online affairs often become more knowledgeable about ways to protect their privacy. They may employ tactics such as using encrypted messaging apps, creating separate email accounts, or utilizing virtual private networks, VPNs, to prevent their online activities from being tracked. While some of these methods can effectively obscure wrongdoing, they are not foolproof. Technological advances continue to create new means of detection and surveillance, making it a constantly evolving cat-and-mouse game between those engaging in affairs and those who suspect them. Furthermore, the Internet has given rise to virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, technologies, which present new frontiers for infidelity. Through VR and AR, individuals can engage in immersive experiences with others, blurring the line between physical and psychological intimacy. This technology allows users to experience simulated physical contact, which can evoke genuine emotional responses and form deep connections. As these technologies become more sophisticated and widespread, they will likely challenge traditional definitions of infidelity and raise complex questions about the boundaries of relationships. Sexting, or the sending of sexually explicit messages and images, is another phenomenon facilitated by technology that has implications for infidelity. Sexting offers an immediate and private medium for sexual expression and can be used to initiate or maintain an affair. It can also fuel desire and anticipation, adding a layer of excitement that may be lacking in a person's primary relationship. Although sexting has become a common practice, it can also lead to significant consequences if such material is exposed or used for blackmail, thus adding another layer of complication to the realm of digital infidelity. The impact of technology on affairs extends to the aftermath of infidelity as well. In the past, evidence of an affair might have been limited to physical artifacts, such as letters or hotel receipts, which could be destroyed or denied. However, digital evidence is much more difficult to eradicate. This permanent digital imprint can prolong the pain and betrayal felt by the aggrieved partner, as it can be revisited and analyzed in detail. The relentless accessibility of such evidence can hinder the healing process for couples attempting to recover from an affair. Despite the risks associated with digital infidelity, technology also provides tools for rebuilding trust in the aftermath of an affair. Couples may use communication apps to stay in touch throughout the day, sharing locations or activities as a means of transparency. Online therapy platforms offer a discreet way for individuals and couples to receive counseling to work through the complexities of infidelity. Furthermore, educational resources and support groups are readily available online, providing guidance and community for those who are struggling with the impact of an affair on their relationship. In assessing the influence of technology on relationships and infidelity, it is clear that digital tools have created new avenues for connection that can complicate traditional monogamous commitments. While the intent to engage in an affair remains a personal decision, the tools and opportunities presented by modern technology have reshaped the landscape of love and desire. As society continues to grapple with the implications of these digital evolutions, it is essential to recognize that technology is not inherently moral or immoral. Rather, it is the choices of individuals navigating the digital realm that determine the nature of their relationships and the consequences that follow. 2.2 Social media, online dating and emotional affairs. In the contemporary world, social media and online platforms have fundamentally altered the landscape of romantic relationships, introducing new channels for initiating and maintaining affairs. Social media networks like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram provide unprecedented access to personal information and the ability to reconnect with past acquaintances, a feature that can be especially conducive to the nurturing of emotional affairs. These platforms serve as a fertile ground where old flames can be rekindled or new connections can be made with ease, often behind the anonymity of a screen. The extended reach of our digital personas means that we can construct an image that may differ significantly from our offline reality, which can be particularly alluring to those seeking an escape from their current relationships. Online dating applications such as Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge revolutionize the way individuals engage with potential partners, breaking down geographical barriers and allowing for instantaneous connections based on minimal information. While these apps are designed to help singles find new relationships, they unfortunately also provide a discreet way for individuals who are already in committed relationships to seek out new experiences. These platforms offer privacy features, such as the ability to hide apps or use them inconspicuously, which can make it easier for users to conceal their activities from their partners. The very nature of these apps, with their focus on physical appearance and snap judgments, grants those looking for affairs a vast pool from which to select a partner. The concept of emotional affairs has emerged as a significant issue within the digital age. An emotional affair relates to an intimate, non-physical relationship where individuals share personal thoughts and feelings, typically with someone other than their partner. Text messaging and instant messaging services have made it possible to sustain constant communication with someone outside of a committed relationship. These digital conversations can quickly escalate from friendly to romantic or sexual in nature, often without the physicality typically associated with infidelity. Emotional affairs can be as damaging, if not more so, than physical affairs because they involve a deep connection that can erode the primary relationship's foundation. It is essential to recognize the stealthy escalation of these digital connections. Social media interactions often start as an innocent friendship or professional networking, but they might gradually move to the private realm of direct messages. This shift from public to private communication opens the door to more personal exchanges that can escalate into a full-blown affair. The slow-burn nature of such interactions can make them harder for the involved parties to recognize the potential harm, thus blurring the lines between appropriate and inappropriate behavior. Privacy controls on social media and communication apps have created environments where secrets can be kept with relative ease. These privacy features include customizable visibility, encrypted messaging, discrete notifications, and even platforms specifically designed for secretive communication. Consequently, they can be manipulated to hide inappropriate relationships from partners. The management of online personas and communications requires constant vigilance. Any slip in this management can reveal illicit activities. This constant juggling act adds a layer of stress and deception to the individual conducting the affair. Furthermore, the integration of technology into daily life enables continuous availability. The expectation of being able to reach someone almost instantly through their smartphone adds to the immediacy and intensity of these digital connections. Partners engaging in digital affairs may find themselves constantly checking their devices, eager for the next message, and can get caught in a cycle of anticipation and gratification that reinforces their emotional investment in the affair. The effects of an uncovered digital or emotional affair on a primary relationship are profound and multifaceted. Upon discovery, the betrayed partner often experiences a range of intense emotional responses, including shock, anger, grief, and a profound sense of loss. The feeling of betrayal from an emotional affair can be particularly intense, as the infidelity involves the sharing of intimate thoughts and feelings, which is often viewed as a deeper breach of trust. The reaction to such a discovery can put a significant strain on a relationship, necessitating a reevaluation of trust, commitment, and the future viability of the partnership. In dealing with the fallout of an emotional affair, one of the primary challenges is establishing a clear boundary between what constitutes a platonic friendship and what crosses into romantic or sexual territory. This process often involves a thorough examination of the nature of the communication, the emotional investment in the connection, and the impact it has had on the primary relationship. Since emotional affairs do not involve physical contact, they can exist in a gray area, making it more challenging to define them and address the issue with the offending partner. Restoring a relationship after an affair, be it physical or emotional, requires a substantial effort from both parties involved. Open and honest communication is necessary to understand how the affair started, the factors that contributed to its progression, and the steps needed to rebuild trust. Counseling or therapy can provide a neutral setting for couples to address these points and explore underlying relationship issues. The couple must work together to establish new boundaries regarding online behavior and the use of social media to prevent future incidents. This process can include setting shared access to devices, reducing usage of certain platforms, or creating agreements about transparency in online interactions. Digital love and desire have undeniably altered the dynamics of modern relationships and will continue to pose challenges as technology advances. The approaches to understanding and addressing infidelity must evolve in parallel, acknowledging the pervasive role that digital connections play in our lives. The ease with which individuals can initiate and maintain digital and emotional affairs mandates a broader conversation about how we define infidelity and the ways in which we navigate and maintain our primary relationships in this digital age. Ensuring relationship health in the long run may depend on both partners actively engaging with technology in a way that supports and honors their relationship, setting clear boundaries, and fostering an environment of trust and openness. 2.3 Cybersex and Virtual Infidelity. The rapid advancement of technology has reshaped the landscape of human interactions and relationships. With the advent of the Internet, new forms of communication have emerged, allowing individuals to connect in ways that were previously impossible. In the realm of intimate relationships, these technological advancements have introduced the phenomenon of cybersex and virtual infidelity, which presents unique challenges and implications. Cybersex, or online sex, involves the exchange of sexually explicit messages or the engagement in sexual activities through digital means, such as texting, instant messaging, chat rooms, or virtual reality environments. Virtual infidelity refers to emotional or sexual infidelity that occurs via digital channels. Both cybersex and virtual infidelity blur the traditional lines between physical and emotional betrayal. In many cases, individuals involved in cybersex do not physically meet the person on the other end of their digital communication. However, the emotional connection and sexual gratification obtained from these interactions can be substantial. Cybersex often involves fantasies and role-playing, which provide an escape from reality and can be intensely engrossing. It is important to note that despite the lack of physical contact, the emotional impact of such engagements can still inflict significant harm on primary relationships. The accessibility of the Internet enables individuals to engage in virtual infidelity with relative ease and discretion. Unlike physical affairs, which require the coordination of time and space, online affairs can occur anytime and anywhere, often without leaving any tangible evidence. This accessibility can lower the barrier to infidelity for some individuals. The issue of anonymity on the Internet further facilitates the occurrence of virtual infidelity, as it allows people to conceal their identities and engage in behaviors they may not partake in during face-to-face interactions. The impact of cybersex and virtual infidelity is complex and multifaceted. For the individual engaging in these activities, there may be a disconnect between their online behavior and their real-life identity. This compartmentalization can lead to cognitive dissonance, where individuals struggle to reconcile their online actions with their self-image and values. For the partners of those engaged in virtual activities, discovering such behavior can be as devastating as uncovering a physical affair. The betrayal felt can be deep and evoke emotions such as anger, confusion, and heartache. Understanding the motivations behind cybersex and virtual infidelity is essential when addressing the issue. Some individuals may turn to the digital world to fulfill needs that they perceive are not being met in their real-life relationships. These needs can range from sexual satisfaction to emotional support. Others may be seeking excitement or a distraction from life stresses. For some, there might be an element of addiction, where the person becomes reliant on the dopamine rush associated with digital sexual activities. The consequences of cybersex and virtual infidelity extend beyond the emotional toll on relationships. Such behaviors can also impact mental health, with participants potentially experiencing feelings of guilt or shame. The secrecy and deception necessary to maintain virtual infidelities can lead to anxiety and fear of exposure. This constant stress can affect an individual's overall well-being, disrupting sleep patterns, work performance, and social life. Dealing with the fallout from cybersex and virtual infidelity requires careful navigation. For the individuals involved, there is often a period of introspection needed to understand the underlying causes of their behavior. Counseling can be beneficial, providing a space to discuss the motivations and repercussions of their actions. As for the affected partners, they may also need support to process their feelings and decide how to move forward. Rebuilding trust in the relationship can be a slow and challenging process, and in some cases may not be possible. Preventative measures and open communication between partners can mitigate the risks of virtual infidelity. Establishing clear boundaries regarding online interactions is crucial. Partners should discuss their expectations for digital communication outside the relationship and agree on what is considered appropriate versus what constitutes infidelity. It is also helpful for individuals to become more self-aware and reflective about their online behavior, understanding the potential impact it can have on their real-life relationships. Legal and ethical considerations also arise in the realm of cybersex and virtual infidelity. There are questions about consent, privacy, and cyber exploitation that must be addressed. The sharing of explicit images or videos without consent is not only unethical, it is also illegal in many jurisdictions. These complexities underscore the importance of navigating the digital world responsibly and respectfully, understanding the potential consequences of one's virtual actions. As our society continues to evolve with technology, it is essential to recognize the changing face of infidelity. Cybersex and virtual infidelity are manifestations of the digital age that call for a reevaluation of what it means to be faithful in a relationship. Acknowledging the profound influence technology has on human connections and desires is the first step towards fostering healthy and honest relationships in the modern world. It is an ongoing journey, one that requires attentiveness to both the physical and virtual aspects of our lives. 2.4 Privacy, Anonymity, and Deception online. The availability of various digital platforms has drastically altered how individuals engage in affairs, providing new opportunities for privacy, fostering anonymity, and, unfortunately, enabling deception. The Internet's architecture is inherently designed to facilitate a level of concealment, as online interactions often occur without physical presence, and this mediates the way individuals construct their personas. The potential for anonymity online serves as a double-edged sword, where it may allow a sense of freedom and exploration outside one's immediate social circle. It also opens avenues for deceit. Anonymity can be empowering for individuals seeking to explore aspects of their persona that they may feel uncomfortable expressing in their real-life relationships. For some, the Internet provides a sandbox for experimenting with desires that are either suppressed or not fully understood. In the context of infidelity, the veil of anonymity can be appealing as it minimizes the immediate risks of discovery. People involved in digital affairs may not need to provide true identifying information, enabling them to engage in relationships that exist entirely separate from their offline lives. However, this same anonymity that emboldens users to explore can result in a disconnect between online actions and offline consequences. The lesser risk of face-to-face confrontation or social repercussions online can lead individuals to behave in ways they would not typically behave in person. The traditional barriers that would discourage infidelity, such as fear of social shaming or concern for one's partner's feelings, may feel less relevant or immediate in a digital context, making the crossing of boundaries into infidelity seem less substantial, even when it is not. Privacy on the Internet is a major factor contributing to digital affairs. Private messaging services, encrypted communications, and the sheer number of apps and platforms available make concealing one's activities significantly easier than in the past. When it comes to infidelity, this privacy is often sought after by those looking to conceal their activities from their primary partners. Tools designed for legitimate privacy protection can be misused to shield affair-related communication from scrutiny. The privacy of digital platforms can also create a sense of detachment from a person's primary relationship, almost as if the affair operates in an alternate reality. Since digital communications often occur in spaces that a person's partner does not inhabit, the individual engaging in the affair might experience a compartmentalization of their life. They might begin to view their online activities as separate from their offline responsibilities, duties, or even their personal sense of morality. This compartmentalization feeds into the deception that is intrinsically linked to online infidelity. When engaging in an extramarital affair, deception becomes a necessary tactic for concealment. The use of pseudonyms, burner accounts, or alternate email addresses are all strategies that may be employed to maintain the separation between the affair and one's public life. The ease with which one can create and manage multiple digital identities contributes to the prevalence of deception online. Digital tools not only facilitate deception through anonymity and privacy, but also by providing resources for maintaining lies. For instance, online search engines and virtual maps allow individuals to fabricate stories with details that can be quickly researched for verisimilitude. Thus, creating believable excuses for one's whereabouts or activities has never been easier, which further complicates the efforts of an unsuspecting partner to uncover the truth. The masquerade facilitated by technological tools leads to a comprehensive ecosystem that supports extramarital affairs. Dating apps and websites tailored specifically to individuals seeking affairs underscore how technology has acknowledged and capitalized on the demand for these secretive interactions. The marketing of these platforms often highlights their ability to protect user privacy, reinforcing the idea that one can engage in infidelity with minimum risk of exposure. Ironically, despite the perceived layers of protection, digital platforms can also lead to the undoing of deceptive practices. While many individuals feel secure behind their screens, the trail of digital evidence left by emails, messages, and even browser history can become incriminating proof of infidelity. Discovery of infidelity can now occur with a forgotten login, a mistakenly synced message, or a backup of data intended for security that ends up revealing secrets. This digital evidence often brings to light not only the fact of the affair, but also the depth of the deception involved. Betrayed partners may come across months or even years of communications that unveil a narrative starkly different from the one they were led to believe. This unprecedented access to the detailed evidence of betrayal adds a new dimension to the pain and complexity of dealing with infidelity. The permanent nature of online communications can mean these wounds are reopened with every reread message or revisited email chain. Ultimately, the interplay between privacy, anonymity, and deception online forms a landscape that is conducive to infidelity in ways that were not possible before the digital age. The ability to create and manage secret digital identities, coupled with the ease of maintaining a web of lies, are tools that can be used to facilitate affairs. However, these same tools that enable secrecy and deception are equally capable of unraveling the very fabric of trust upon which relationships are built. Thus, the impact of technology on affairs is as much about the potential for connectivity as it is about the ease of concealment and the shock of eventual disclosure. 2.5 Ethical Dilemmas in Digital Infidelity. The proliferation of digital technology has transformed various aspects of human interaction, including intimate relationships. Infidelity, once confined to the physical realm, has now extended into the digital domain, creating new ethical dilemmas that society grapples with. This section delves into these complexities, examining how technology has blurred the lines between fidelity and infidelity, and exploring the ethical considerations that arise from digital, romantic, and sexual behaviors outside a committed relationship. Digital infidelity, defined as emotional or sexual infidelity that occurs through digital means, often takes shape through communications on social media, text messaging, or various online platforms designed for connecting people. While these interactions may lack physical contact, they can carry the same emotional weight and intent as traditional affairs. Faced with these scenarios, individuals and couples must confront the question of where the boundaries of infidelity lie. The act of engaging in a private conversation with someone outside the committed relationship, particularly if it involves sexual or romantic content, often raises questions regarding the intent and the perception from both parties involved in the relationship. Ethical considerations in digital infidelity hinge on the concepts of honesty, transparency, and consent within a relationship. Couples may have varying expectations and definitions about what constitutes acceptable behavior online. This leads to a need for clear communication about boundaries and the potential consequences of crossing them. Without this dialogue, one partner may inadvertently commit digital infidelity, not recognizing the emotional betrayal felt by the other. Ethical dilemmas arise when individuals rationalize their digital interactions as harmless due to the absence of physical contact, or when they neglect to disclose them to their partners under the assumption that what is not known cannot cause harm. The anonymity afforded by the internet often emboldens individuals to explore facets of their persona that they may suppress in real life. This can lead to the development of intimate emotional connections with others, which might never surface in a non-digital context. The ethical quandary here is whether such emotional investments are a breach of the trust that the primary relationship is premised upon. Furthermore, these online relationships often create a space for individuals to express desires and emotions they feel cannot be shared with their partner, calling into question the role that unfulfilled needs play in the justification or rationalization of digital infidelity. Yet another dimension of the ethical dilemma involves the permanence and discoverability of digital interactions. Unlike face-to-face encounters, digital communications can be saved, revisited, and potentially found by partners. The potential for a digital trail complicates the ethical landscape as it relates to deception and privacy. Partners might spy on each other's online activities or demand access to personal devices as a measure of transparency, infringing on individual privacy rights. The implications of partners monitoring each other speaks to broader ethical issues around surveillance and control within relationships. On the societal level, the ethics of digital infidelity raise questions about the role of technology companies in facilitating or policing such behavior. Dating apps, social media platforms, and messaging services provide the means for secretive communication and connections that can lead to infidelity. However, it is contentious whether it is the responsibility of these companies to mitigate such uses of their services, and if so, how they might do so without overstepping boundaries of privacy and individual freedoms. With digital infidelity, there is also the risk of third-party involvement, where individuals beyond the two primary partners are implicated. For example, friends or acquaintances may inadvertently become enablers by providing justifications or platforms for the continuation of online affairs. There is an ethical imperative to consider how these third parties can contribute to the harm caused by infidelity, primarily when they provide validation or cover for misleading behavior. In contrast with physical infidelity, digital infidelity can be more accessible and thus may appear more benign to those engaging in it. The ease of initiating and maintaining digital interactions leads to greater opportunities for infidelity to occur, but also complicates the process of disentangling when and how an ethical line has been crossed. This can make recovering from digital infidelity a challenging endeavor for couples, as the scope of betrayal might not be clearly defined or understood by both parties. Education and preventative measures also fall within the ethical scope of addressing digital infidelity. With limited societal discourse on the nuances of technology-mediated relationships, individuals are often ill-equipped to navigate the challenges they present. Ethical discussions must extend to advocacy for more comprehensive education about digital citizenship and relationship ethics, promoting awareness about the potential impact of one's online behavior on real-life relationships. Finally, the increasing integration of digital aspects in every facet of life means that new forms of digital infidelity will inevitably emerge. As virtual reality technology, for instance, becomes more widespread, ethical challenges around what constitutes real infidelity will intensify. These mediums can create entirely immersive experiences that may satisfy emotional or sexual desires without physical contact, further complicating the discourse on infidelity and highlighting the swift evolution of ethical considerations in the digital age. These various facets show that the ethical dilemmas surrounding digital infidelity are multifaceted and persistently evolving with the advancement of technology. They require constant reevaluation of our understanding of trust, commitment, and integrity within relationships. As digital pathways to connect with others proliferate, so do the gray areas of interactions that can potentially disrupt the foundation of a committed relationship. Understanding and navigating these ethical challenges is essential for maintaining the integrity of personal relationships in the digital age and for fostering a considerate and conscientious digital society. 2.6 Impact on real-life relationships. The infiltration of technology into the fabric of romantic relationships has had a profound impact on how affairs are initiated, developed, and discovered. The emergence of digital platforms as conduits for romantic and sexual encounters has irreversibly altered the landscape of infidelity. Smartphones, social networks, and messaging apps offer easy and discreet channels for individuals to engage in romantic or sexual conversations outside the boundaries of their committed relationships. The ability to remain anonymous or to use pseudonyms online lowers the barrier to entry for such interactions, potentially increasing the likelihood of infidelity. The impact of technology on real-life relationships can be multifaceted and varied. On the one hand, it can facilitate communication between partners who are separated by distance, further solidifying their bond. However, the same technology also provides opportunities for secrecy and emotional detachment, where individuals can maintain parallel relationships without the immediate risk of discovery. This detachment is not merely physical, but also emotional, as one may share intimate details or engage in emotional affairs online, which may never materialize in a physical encounter but can be equally damaging to a primary relationship. The definition of infidelity itself has expanded with the digital era. Previously, cheating was often considered to require a physical act, but now emotional affairs and cyber infidelity have become part of the conversation. Such affairs might never involve meeting in person, yet they can lead to significant strain on a relationship, as they can involve a high degree of intimacy and deception. Partners might feel betrayed by the emotional bonds their significant others have forged with someone else online, which can be as painful and disruptive as a physical betrayal. The nature of evidence has also changed with the rise of technology. Where once evidence of infidelity might have been a lipstick stain or a hotel receipt, now it could be a suggestive text message or an email. Discovery of infidelity has thus become simultaneously easier and more complex. Partners can stumble upon incriminating messages on shared devices or cloud services, leading to confrontation and the need to resolve digital infidelity. However, with advanced privacy features and the widespread use of encryption, it can also make discovery harder for those suspecting infidelity, thereby intensifying feelings of paranoia and mistrust. The question of privacy in relationships has become increasingly contentious as technology has advanced. The expectation of privacy from external entities does not always align with the expectations between partners in a relationship. One partner's perception that they are entitled to privacy in their online interactions may conflict with the other partner's desire for transparency and openness. This discrepancy can lead to tension and disputes over the boundaries of individual privacy versus the collective openness necessary in a committed relationship. Online infidelity can also affect self-esteem and self-perception. Discovering that a partner has engaged in an affair, especially one that is sustained over a digital medium, can lead individuals to question their self-worth, attractiveness, and adequacy as partners. The ease with which affairs can now be conducted online may lead some to feel as though they are constantly competing with an endless array of more appealing alternatives their partner could access. The impact on real-life relationships extends to the realm of behavioral change. Partners guilty of infidelity may exhibit changes in their use of technology, such as increased protectiveness over personal devices, changing passwords frequently, or using their devices at unusual hours. These behavioral shifts can introduce suspicion and a loss of trust even before any actual infidelity is discovered. For the partner not engaging in infidelity, these changes can be deeply unsettling and may prompt a damaging cycle of surveillance and countermeasures that further erode trust. The traditional notion of an affair has been altered due to the role technology plays in modern relationships. An affair in the digital age is no longer confined to clandestine meetings in secret locations. It now also encompasses the exchange of messages, images, and videos. This has added a layer of complexity when it comes to addressing and resolving issues of infidelity. Couples may need to redefine their expectations and rules around appropriate online behavior, with the realization that an online relationship can be as threatening to a committed relationship as a physical one. The prevalence of internet access has led to an increased exposure to external influences on relationships. Individuals can find themselves exposed to a barrage of romantic or sexual content on social media or other platforms, which can have a warping effect on perceptions of their own relationship. The constant comparison to others' curated and often idealized online personas can create a sense of dissatisfaction with one's own relationship. This may lead to an increased vulnerability to seek validation or excitement outside the primary relationship, thereby creating fertile ground for infidelity. Finally, the use of technology in affairs places a new dimension of importance on digital literacy and communication within relationships. Open dialogue about the use of technology and the boundaries surrounding it is crucial. Partners must actively engage in conversations about expectations, privacy, and online behavior to mitigate misunderstandings and to align on what constitutes fidelity in their relationship. Navigating the digital landscape together, with mutual respect and understanding, can serve to strengthen the relationship rather than allowing technology to facilitate its breakdown. The role of technology in affairs underscores the complexity of contemporary romantic relationships. The effects of digital interactions on real-life relationships are still being understood, but it is evident that technology has become a significant player in the dynamics of infidelity. The repercussions of online affairs can be as deeply felt as those conducted in the physical world, challenging couples to adapt and reaffirm their commitment to each other in the face of these digital threats. 2.7 Comparing digital and physical affairs. With the advent of technology, the definition of infidelity has expanded beyond its traditional constraints. No longer is infidelity confined to physical transgressions, it now encompasses a range of behaviors facilitated by digital means. This proliferation of platforms for connecting with others has led to a nuanced spectrum of affairs, each with its own implications and consequences. Understanding the comparative dynamics of digital and physical affairs is essential for comprehending the modern landscape of infidelity. Digital affairs are typified by their inherent focus on emotional connection and communication. These can occur via texting, email, social media platforms, or specialized websites designed for individuals looking to engage outside their primary relationship. The barrier of the screen often gives individuals a false sense of security or anonymity, allowing them to share intimate thoughts or aspects of themselves that they might withhold in person. While the absence of physical contact in digital affairs might lead some to underestimate their impact, the emotional bond that can develop is real and can be just as threatening to a primary relationship as a physical affair. Physical affairs, by contrast, are usually characterized by in-person sexual or romantic encounters. They involve not just a breach of emotional fidelity, but also a physical one, which is often considered the traditional benchmark of cheating. The tangibility of physical interactions adds a layer of complexity and risk, as these affairs often require more effort to conceal and also have a greater potential for sexually transmitted infections and unwanted pregnancies. Physical affairs can also lead to a greater sense of betrayal once discovered, as they make the infidelity undeniably real in the eyes of the betrayed partner. One key difference between digital and physical affairs is the ease of access. Digital affairs can begin quickly and with minimal effort. The internet is pervasive, and the opportunity to engage with someone online can present itself at any time, often in the privacy of one's own home. This accessibility makes digital affairs a temptation for more people, as it eliminates many of the challenges associated with starting a physical affair, such as finding time and a place to meet without being detected. Another aspect that sets digital and physical affairs apart is their potential for discovery. Digital affairs leave a digital trail that can be uncovered by a suspicious partner. Text messages can be retrieved, emails can be hacked, and browser histories can be investigated. Physical affairs, however, may be uncovered through more traditional means, such as altered behavior, unfamiliar scents, or physical evidence like receipts or clothing. Both types of affairs have their own vulnerabilities and risks when it comes to being exposed. The intent behind digital and physical affairs can also differ. Some individuals who engage in digital affairs may not intend for them to evolve into physical ones. They might believe that they are not crossing a line because they are not meeting their online partners in person. Conversely, individuals who pursue physical affairs often do so with the deliberate intention to meet and be intimate with someone other than their partner. The intentional crossing of physical boundaries constitutes a deliberate and clearer breach of trust. The impact of digital and physical affairs on the primary relationship can vary significantly. Digital affairs may cause emotional turmoil and a sense of betrayal, but they might not end a relationship if they are identified early on and if the couple decides to work through the issues. Physical affairs, especially long-term or repeated ones, may be more challenging to move past because of the degree of deception involved and the physical risk to the betrayed partner. However, both digital and physical affairs can have a similar emotional effect on the partner who is cheated on. Feelings of betrayal, loss of trust, and diminished self-esteem do not always correlate with the physicality of an affair. Whether an affair is conducted physically or digitally, the sense of rejection and the pain of knowing that one's partner sought connection elsewhere can be equally devastating. The emotional investment in digital affairs should not be understated. While physical affairs may involve lust or a search for new sexual experiences, digital affairs can represent deep emotional connections, sometimes more intense than what is present in the physical relationship. These emotional ties can complicate the recovery from an affair, as the cheated-on partner grapples with the fact that their significant other may have shared thoughts and feelings with someone else that were meant to be exclusive to their relationship. In dealing with the aftermath of an affair, both digital and physical, transparency becomes a crucial component of the healing process. For those involved in digital affairs, full disclosure of the online interactions may be necessary for rebuilding trust. For physical affairs, it often requires a frank discussion about the reasons behind the infidelity and the physical risks involved. In both cases, couples may seek the help of a counselor or therapist to navigate the complex emotional terrain that has been disrupted by the infidelity. 2.8 Preventing online infidelity. In today's digital age, online infidelity has become an increasingly common issue in relationships. As such, it is crucial to understand and address the various ways through which infidelity can occur online. The advent of social media, dating applications, and instantaneous messaging has redefined the boundaries of relationships and affairs. It has also posed new challenges for individuals in committed relationships seeking to maintain fidelity. Preventing online infidelity requires a multifaceted approach that includes open communication, setting clear boundaries, prioritizing transparency, and fostering trust. The foundation of any strategy to prevent online infidelity is open, honest communication between partners about their digital behaviors and expectations. Discussing the use of social media and other online platforms helps to establish an understanding of what is acceptable within the relationship and what is not. Frequent and sincere conversations about online activities can prevent misunderstandings and assure both partners of their commitment to each other. Partners should engage in these discussions proactively rather than reactively, addressing potential issues before they escalate into real problems. Setting clear boundaries is an extension of open communication. Each partner should have a firm grasp of what constitutes appropriate interaction with others online. What may seem like an innocent conversation to one person could be interpreted as a breach of trust by another. Therefore, it is important for both partners to agree on the types of behavior that are considered harmful to the relationship, such as flirting with others online, sharing private information, or maintaining hidden contacts. Having joint social media accounts or shared access to electronic devices can also act as a deterrent to engaging in activities that might lead to infidelity. Prioritizing transparency in all online activities is another key aspect of preventing infidelity. Partners should feel comfortable sharing their online friendships and interactions with each other without fear of judgment or retribution. This openness is grounded in a mutual trust that neither partner has anything to hide. Engaging in secret communications or deleting message histories can erode this trust and create an environment where infidelity can thrive. Transparency also involves being honest about feelings of discomfort or jealousy if a partner's online behavior is causing concern. Building and maintaining trust is critical in avoiding online infidelity. Trust is cultivated not just through actions, but also through reinforcing the relationship's core values and the commitment to one another. Partners should regularly reinforce their dedication to the relationship through both their online and offline behavior. Moreover, demonstrating reliability and consistency in actions reaffirms the trust that forms the bedrock of a healthy relationship. Being proactive is also effective for preventing infidelity. This means taking steps to fortify the relationship against the risks posed by online interactions. Couples can explore together the potential pitfalls of digital communication and commit to using technology in ways that enhance and not harm their relationship. For example, they might decide to avoid engaging in deep personal conversations with strangers online, or to be aware of the amount of time they spend on social media. Another strategy involves creating more positivity within the relationship itself. When both partners feel fulfilled, respected, and valued, the inclination to seek validation or emotional connections from others outside of the relationship diminishes. Engaging in regular quality offline time together strengthens the bond between partners and fosters an environment in which there is less need to seek out additional companionship or approval online. Education on the topic of online infidelity can also play a significant role in prevention. Understanding the signs, the potential impact on relationships, and how to address it constructively when it occurs can help mitigate risks. Knowledge can empower both partners to take an active role in maintaining the health of their relationship in the digital arena. Remaining vigilant and attuned to each other's needs is a continuous process. As technology evolves, new platforms and forms of communication will emerge, and with them, new challenges. By staying informed about these developments and openly discussing their implications, couples can adapt their strategies for preventing online infidelity. Addressing personal insecurities and relationship issues heads-on can reduce the temptation of seeking solace or escapism online. Often, a person may turn to an online affair if they feel neglected, misunderstood, or disconnected in their primary relationship. By confronting and working through these problems together, partners can preempt the catalysts that might lead someone to consider looking outside the relationship for what they perceive as missing. Lastly, seeking professional help from therapists or counselors who specialize in relationship issues and infidelity can provide valuable guidance. These professionals can offer tools and techniques for strengthening relationships and navigating the complexities of love in the digital age. Therapy or counseling can be a safe space for both partners to express their feelings and fears about online infidelity, and to learn constructive methods for ensuring that their relationship is safeguarded against such transgressions. Every relationship is unique, and what works for one couple in preventing online infidelity may not work for another. It is crucial for partners to continually assess what strategies are most effective for them, and be willing to adjust as necessary to uphold the trust and integrity of their relationship in an ever-changing digital landscape. Through mutual effort and commitment, couples can steer clear of the pitfalls that technology can present and nurture a strong, resilient bond. 2.9 Future Trends in Love and Technology. The intersection of love and technology has been continually evolving, and as we progress into the future, this development is poised to become even more complex. Technological advancements have dramatically influenced how individuals connect, fall in love, and at times engage in affairs. Looking ahead, several trends are likely to emerge, reshaping our understanding of infidelity and interpersonal relationships. One of the most significant future trends in the technology-love nexus is the proliferation of virtual and augmented reality experiences. These platforms will become more immersive, providing a level of interaction that closely mimics physical presence. Users will be able to create avatars that can interact with others in virtual spaces, fostering emotional connections that are potentially as impactful as real-life relationships. This raises important questions regarding the definition of emotional infidelity when one's partner forms a connection with someone else through a virtual persona. Artificial intelligence, AI, is set to become more sophisticated, potentially leading to the creation of digital companions or love interests that appear highly sentient. As AI entities become more advanced, the possibility of forming genuine emotional bonds with them will increase. This could lead to forms of infidelity, where a person may choose the company of an AI over their human partner, further blurring the lines between human-to-human and human-to-AI relationships. The expansion of social media will continue to influence the rates and types of infidelity. Social media platforms enable users to reconnect with past lovers or engage with potential new partners discreetly. Future platforms are likely to offer even more refined methods for people to engage in secretive interactions, potentially making emotional or sexual affairs easier to initiate and conceal. Biotechnology advancements may introduce new dimensions to infidelity. For instance, if neurotechnology develops to a point where it can evoke specific emotions or sensations, people might seek these experiences outside of their primary relationship. Technologies that manipulate brain chemistry to enhance attraction or arousal could lead to scenarios where individuals are unfaithful simply by engaging with the technology, without any direct interaction with another person. Online dating platforms are expected to adopt more sophisticated algorithms and matchmaking techniques. As these platforms become more efficient in connecting compatible people, there may be an uptick in emotional affairs that start innocently but quickly evolve into more. These platforms might also introduce features to specifically target individuals who are in relationships, providing a discreet way for those seeking affairs to find like-minded partners. Surveillance technology will experience dual effects on infidelity. On one hand, enhanced surveillance tools could deter infidelity by making it more challenging to hide dishonest behavior. On the other hand, more sophisticated methods of obfuscation and digital privacy protection may emerge, allowing affairs to go undetected. This constant tug-of-war between surveillance and privacy could define how trust is managed within relationships. The notion of exclusivity in relationships may face challenges as technology continues to provide more ways for people to connect with others. Society's understanding of what constitutes a committed relationship could evolve, possibly becoming more accepting of polyamorous configurations or relationships with digital beings. Consequently, the definition of infidelity may need to be reconsidered in the context of these emerging relationship modalities. Technology could also offer solutions to infidelity or relationship troubles. Future advancements may lead to the creation of therapy and counseling applications infused with AI capabilities. These tools could offer personalized relationship advice or conflict resolution strategies. By assisting couples in maintaining healthy relationships, these technologies may indirectly contribute to reducing the incidence of infidelity. Communication technologies will undoubtedly advance, offering users an even greater array of mediums through which to interact. This progress will facilitate more nuanced forms of expression and connection, potentially leading to deeper emotional bonds being formed online. However, this increased capability for connection could also facilitate infidelity, providing new, discreet, and intimate ways for individuals to communicate outside of their primary relationship. Finally, it is important to recognize that while technology advances, societal norms and expectations also change. The interplay between technological progress and societal values will determine the future of love, desire, and infidelity. The acceptance of new forms of relationships, driven by technology, may lead to a redefinition of what constitutes fidelity within a relationship. Individuals and couples will grapple with these issues, attempting to reconcile them with their personal values and relationship goals. As technology continues to shape the domain of love and desire in myriad ways, it is clear that the future will bring about a profound transformation in how relationships are formed, maintained, and challenged. The evolution of virtual spaces, AI, social media, biotechnology, online dating, surveillance, communication, and societal norms will collectively contribute to future trends in love and technology. With these advancements, individuals and couples will need to navigate an increasingly complex landscape where the definitions and boundaries of fidelity are continuously being rewritten. 2.10 Navigating digital boundaries in relationships. As digital technology becomes increasingly integrated into our daily lives, it is essential for individuals in relationships to understand the nuances and potential impacts of online interactions. The rise of social media platforms, instant messaging applications, and other forms of digital communication has changed the landscape of how people connect with one another, often blurring the lines between public and private spaces. This integration prompts necessary discussions between partners about setting digital boundaries that align with their relationship values, expectations, and definitions of fidelity. Digital boundaries in relationships can include a broad range of agreements between partners, such as disclosure of passwords, the extent of engagement with others on social media, and transparency about online friendships. It's important for each partner to feel secure in the relationship while retaining a sense of personal privacy. Achieving this balance requires clear communication and mutual respect for each other's digital autonomy. Having explicit conversations about what is considered appropriate behavior online can prevent misunderstandings that may lead to feelings of betrayal and ultimately infidelity. Moreover, while the importance of maintaining a sense of individuality within a relationship must be recognized, it's also crucial to understand how online activities can affect the collective bond. Social media, for instance, might offer platforms for emotional connections that start innocently but can evolve into relationships that threaten the primary partnership. Engaging in deep personal conversations with someone outside of the relationship, sharing private details, or seeking emotional support first in someone other than the partner can be considered a form of infidelity, often termed emotional cheating. In the context of digital interactions, vigilance is vital. Individuals should be wary of developing secret online personas or engaging in behaviors they would not be comfortable sharing with their partner. As microcheating, a term for small acts that could be deemed infidelity on a smaller scale, becomes more prevalent with the ubiquity of digital means, it's essential to recognize these behaviors and their potential impact on relationships. Acts like engaging in private conversations with an ex or consistently liking and commenting on someone else's intimate social media posts can slowly erode trust. The issue of online pornography and its effects on relationships is another aspect of digital boundaries that must be addressed. For some couples, the consumption of pornography may be perceived as a form of infidelity or betrayal, causing distress and tension. In contrast, other relationships may not view it as an issue or might even include it as part of their sexual expression. Partners should discuss their perspectives and set clear expectations related to the use of pornography to mitigate its potential impact on their relationship. This conversation should be approached with openness and without judgment, as attitudes towards pornography can vary widely. Furthermore, the digital age has seen the advent of various apps and websites designed specifically for secret liaisons and affairs. Access to these platforms can make it easier to step outside of a relationship without the knowledge of one's partner. Partners need to address how they perceive the use of such applications within the bounds of their commitment. Clear boundaries should be established on the use and purpose of these platforms to safeguard the integrity of the relationship. Underlying all of these considerations is the importance of trust. Trust is the foundation of any relationship, and the digital era introduces new challenges to trust building. Couples need to trust each other's online activities, reassured by a shared understanding of boundaries that align with their relationship's principles. This trust is maintained not only by setting digital boundaries, but also through adhering to them. Consistent behavior in line with agreed-upon boundaries fosters reliability and strengthens the partnership. Partners must also adapt as technology evolves. Regular check-ins can be useful to revisit and, if necessary, revise digital boundaries. As new forms of communication emerge and existing platforms evolve, what once felt acceptable might change, requiring the boundaries to be adjusted accordingly. This ongoing dialogue ensures that both partners feel heard and that their boundaries stay relevant in the ever-changing digital landscape. Another significant element to consider is the incidence of digital surveillance in relationships. Due to the ease of monitoring someone's digital footprint, one partner might feel tempted to track the other's online activities, leading to feelings of distrust and the potential impingement of privacy. It's crucial to recognize the difference between transparency and surveillance, where the former is about open communication, and the latter leans towards control and mistrust. Couples need to address how they feel about digital surveillance, including the use of location tracking services and monitoring of online behavior. Finally, it is important to account for individual differences and societal norms when setting digital boundaries. What is considered normal behavior in one culture or demographic might be viewed as inappropriate in another. Individual histories, past experiences with infidelity, personal values, and insecurities all play roles in shaping what two people might consider acceptable within their relationship. Thus, setting digital boundaries requires a personalized approach that is continually revisited and negotiated throughout the lifespan of the relationship. Navigating digital boundaries is a complex endeavor that requires ongoing effort, understanding, and compromise. In this digital age, it is not only about setting rules, but also about cultivating an environment of mutual respect and openness. By acknowledging the potential challenges and addressing them proactively, couples can maintain a strong, healthy relationship in which both partners feel secure and respected in their digital interactions. Conscientious management of digital boundaries is a critical component of contemporary relationship dynamics that, when handled well, can enhance trust and intimacy between partners.